Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about 7 signs of self-betrayal in relationships and how to deal with them. So let's get started. All have experienced at some point in our lives betrayal by others, whether it's a friend, a family member. But the most surprising betrayal is a betrayal to ourselves because we don't know when we're doing it. It's unconscious. So why does that usually happen? For two main reasons. Because a poor sense of identity, we don't know ourselves enough, or a lack of self-respect, we don't respect ourselves enough. So it's important to know what are the signs of self-betrayal in a relationship, so this ensures fairness in all our relationships. The first sign of self-betrayal in a relationship is that you're not setting strong, firm boundaries in your relationships. You're not establishing the foundation, the guideline. You're not letting the other person know when they cross the line. You're not letting them know what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. And what happens often is that they cross the line too often, even after you previously corrected them that this is wrong. So instead, how do you deal with that is it's okay, you speak up for yourself and you let them know firmly that what they're doing is wrong and you're not okay with. Because if you accept their actions, you're giving the other person the permission that it's okay to treat you that way, and this could lead them to taking advantage of you, and that is not okay. Second sign is you're putting the other person's best interest before yourself. That is okay. Thinking about other person before yourself is a nice quality. It's like a selfless person's trait, and that's really beautiful. However, when it comes to sacrificing your morals, that's a big no. Whether it's giving into a peer pressure or doing things you don't like just in order to please the other person, that's a sign of self-betrayal in a relationship. So how do you deal with that? Is stick with your strong morals. Don't do things you don't like just to please the other person. The third sign is you're too scared to express your true feelings to the other person. Occasional fights and arguments are normal and they're healthy as long as you and the other person respect each other's opinions and come to a solution where both of you are satisfied. That's what matters. However, if you're someone who prefers to keep their opinion to themselves just to keep peace in a relationship, then you're betraying yourself. Even though if you're coming from a good place, you are putting yourself down, you're degrading yourself, you're putting yourself in a position where you're less than the other person, and that is not a healthy relationship. So how do you deal with that? Express your true feelings while respecting the other person's. Express yourself. Don't neglect your true feelings. The fourth sign is that you're emotionally dependent on the other person. It's nice at the beginning, at the early stages in the relationship, that we actually make a mistake, that we idolize the other person. We think that they make us happy, you would do anything for that person. It's normal. However, when those thoughts turn into dependence and codependency, that like you're nothing without them or they're the only source of happiness, this mindset, you're putting yourself in a risk of feeling disappointed and hurt, and you're giving them the control over you. You allow them to determine your feelings, where their smallest actions could either make you happy or could put you into tears. So instead, how do you deal with that? Don't be emotionally codependent on the other person. Your source of happiness should come from you, from within. The other person can make you happier, but they can't make you happy. Fifth sign is you change yourself to meet other people's standards. What other people criticizes your appearance, compared you to someone else, that might be hurtful and that can make you insecure. So what you do instead is that you try to perfect your flaws or what the other person doesn't like in you. So what you do is like you change your clothes, you change your hairstyle, you act in a way that's not true to you. You do that because you seek the validation from other person, as if your own validation is not enough. So when you do that, you're being unfair to yourself. You're betraying yourself. You're giving the other person's power over you. You're giving them the control over you. You're allowing them to treat you as if you're their puppet. So what you do instead, first of all, you stay true to yourself. You are the only person that validates you. Your self-validation doesn't come from other person, and you don't change yourself to meet other person's standards. You stay true to yourself because you yourself are beautiful just the way you are. Believe that. The sixth sign is when you feel like you're more of a caretaker than a partner or a friend. When they become ill out of true love, because you truly love them, you want to take care of them, you want to get them out of their misery, out of their depression. In exchange, you're repaid with love and appreciation. It's a give and take. However, if you're taking care of the other person and you feel like a burden more than a selfless act, this is another sign of self-betrayal in your relationship. If you're often cleaning up their mess or act as if you're their personal servant with nothing in return, and yet you still stay with them, you are accepting less than what you deserve. So how do you deal with that? First of all, don't accept less than what you deserve. What you give, you're like, you deserve what you give. Like, relationships are give and take. If someone is not giving you the equal amount of what you give, then you're not meant to be in this relationship. This relationship is not for you, and you deserve so much more than this relationship. Of self-betrayal in your relationship is when you're settling in the relationship. First of all, let's start there. There is no such thing as a perfect relationships. Relationships are hard. Like at some point in a relationship, there are things that are gonna be upset you, but forgiveness is an important key in a healthy relationship. However, when you find yourself that you're questioning your happiness more than actually feeling it, that's a clear sign that this relationship is not good for you. You find it hard to quit this relationship. Why? Let's be honest, because you might be someone with a low self-esteem. Like, you're justifying their actions to hold on to hope that they will change, that we often as humans remain in unhealthy relationships because we have lack of self-esteem. We believe that we're never gonna find someone better. We don't want to start something new, so we settle. We accept the fact there is someone better for us, but we choose to stay in this relationship. How do you deal with that? You have to realize that life is too short. Just as you value others and their feelings, you have to be able to do the same for yourself. You have to do the best for yourself. If this relationship is not making you happy, leave it. You have one life to live, so make it a good one. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching. Have an awesome day.